Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tony Kress. I'm going to talk to you about what you really have to do to get abs or a six-pack. The misconception is to do a bunch of abs, a bunch of crunches, all these hanging knee raises, which are great. You know, the hanging knee raise is great. The Roman chair where you do the legs straight up, if you're doing them right, great. But most of the time the people aren't doing them right. Most of the time they're using momentum and hip flexors to bring their legs up in the air. But what it really comes down to is obviously perfecting form and nutrition. One more thing is the exercise intensity. So a lot of people tell me, you know, they don't need work on their upper abs, but they need work on the lower abs. So what are the great exercises? And really, your upper abs are connected to your lower abs because they're all the same muscle. So if you're working up here, you're working down here. Normally, the thing that people feel like, let's say in a sit-up where they feel like they're working their lower abs, a lot of times it's the hip flexors that are working. So you got to take that into account. High knees, if you do this, which is kind of a reverse crunch, which people think concentrates on the lower abs. Really, what you're working is that hip flexor and that psoas to bring your leg up closer to the rest of your body. So what you want to do is actually do exercises that focus on the whole sheath here, this whole torso here. So what you want to do is any sort of twisting things to where your abs are contracting. Anything like, to be honest, I think the plank is the best ab exercise there is. So really quick, easy way to do this. A lot of people that don't have enough ab strength really complain about their lower back hurting in the plank. So what you can do here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but what you can do in the plank is obviously we start on the ground, elbows on the ground. So you're going to push up off of your elbows. And what you're going to do here is flex your butt cheeks. I know it sounds weird, but if you flex your butt cheeks, that takes away the pressure off your lower back and actually makes you flex your abs. So that, to me, is going to be the best ab exercise you can do. Other than that, you really have to pay attention to nutrition, and you also have to pay attention to how intense your exercise is. If you're just kind of going through the motions during your exercise, you're not going to see results. You have to put forth an effort, and then you have to sweat a little bit, and you have to actually try. And it doesn't just have to be your abs. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember the last time I did a sit-up. And people don't believe me because a lot of times people say, how many crunches do you do a day, blah, 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 blah. It's not about that, it's about how much you work your body. Everything that I do, my abs are engaged. So every exercise that I do when I work out, these are working. Whether it's jumping, whether it's doing push-ups or chest. I do a lot of chest work standing, because to press out standing, you have to really stabilize this area, your core, your lower back, or else you're not going to get much pressure forward. You're not going to get much force applied. Let's go back to diet. Diet plays a major role. If you're eating donuts, cheeseburgers, cheesecake, onion rings, that sort of thing, high calorie stuff that doesn't really serve much nutritional value, you're also not going to see abs. If you eat too little and you're overweight, you're probably not going to lose weight, because your body, although calories in versus calories out is how you lose weight, if you get too few, your body's going to overreact and do some things you don't want it to do, and you could even see weight gain even though you're not getting enough calories in, which is an anomaly because it doesn't sound right mathematically, but that's how it works. So you need to find the right balance of calories for yourself, which is, I mean, there's no real number to say, it just depends on who you are. But nutritionally, you need to get a lot of fruits and vegetables because that helps flush out the system, it helps burn fat, that sort of thing. It helps the processes go the way they're supposed to go. You need some protein to build muscle and to help recovery with the muscle. And you need some carbohydrates. Despite these low carb things or no carb diets, you need them. You really do. That's one of the 3 macronutrients. So carbohydrates, good healthy fats, and some protein. I think you can't go wrong eating as many fruits and vegetables as possible. I know that you'll talk to some, bodybuilding dieters or fitness gurus, and they say, cut out the fruits because there's too much sugar in them. That sugar serves a purpose. It really does. The sugar in a can of soda doesn't necessarily serve a purpose. Sugar in fruits and vegetables helps you. So don't be wary of fruits. Go ahead and eat them. Other than that, you really need to focus on the intensity of your workouts, the nutrition, and I forgot the other thing. And what you're doing with this whole sheet. It's not rocket science. You kind of got to play around with it. But if you do things right, you'll start to see results. It's kind of trial and error, and I've been doing this for 15 years. And finally, I found the right mix to where my body reacts well to what I do. So hopefully your body reacts well to what you do, and you find your right mix. And that's going to be it for today. More information on TonyCrest.com. I'll be doing some blogs and some audio podcasts and some videos and that sort of thing like this. And hopefully you find them helpful. Thanks, and have a great night.